My child, stop what you're doing and listen. Yes, you. This might shock you, but I can't stay silent any longer. My voice has been whispering through the noise of your days, through the ache of your nights, and still you've tried to convince yourself that everything is fine. But it isn't. I see what you hide behind the smiles and the strength. I feel the weight you carry when no one is watching. And now, my beloved, I am breaking the silence. For too long you've wondered where I am, but tonight, the question has turned. I am asking where you are, because this is the moment everything begins to change. Listen closely, my child, for what I am about to say will pierce through the noise that has surrounded you. This might shock you, but I can't stay silent anymore. I have watched you for too long. Watched the way you smile when your heart feels empty, the way you press forward while quietly wondering if I still see you. I have seen the tears that never reach your eyes, the prayers that never leave your lips because you think they no longer matter. But I tell you now, every sigh of your soul has reached me. Every question that burned inside you has echoed in the heavens, and I can no longer watch in silence while you carry what was never meant for you to bear alone. My love refuses to remain quiet when your heart is growing tired beneath the weight of unseen burdens. You've mistaken my silence for absence, but child, my quiet was not distance, it was mercy. I was giving you space to search, to reach, to grow. Yet now, the moment has come for my voice to break through your confusion and awaken what the world tried to silence in you. You've been surrounded by many voices, voices of fear, shame, expectation, and doubt, but now you must hear mine again. I am not a distant echo in your life. I am the heartbeat that sustains it. I am not watching from afar. I am standing beside you even as you read these words. You may not have realized it, but I have been whispering to you through every sleepless night, every unexpected comfort, every quiet moment where something inside you said, "There must be more." That was me, calling you, reminding you that my silence is not my absence. Yet now, I cannot remain silent. The time for gentle whispers has passed, because your soul is in danger of forgetting who you are. You are mine, not by chance, not by performance, but by covenant. I bought you with love that cannot be undone. You've let the world dull your ears to my truth, but I am stirring your spirit again. You have looked for me in the thunder, in the lightning, in the shaking, but I have been speaking in the stillness. Still, you kept moving, faster, further, busier, hoping to find me in something grand. But I am here now, not in the chaos, but in this quiet moment between your heartbeat and your breath. So hear me clearly, I will not let you drift unnoticed. My love is too fierce, too relentless to stay quiet while you fade. I am calling you back to awareness, to intimacy, to remembrance. You are seen. You are known. You are loved with a love that refuses to be silent any longer. The divine interruption has begun, not to condemn you, but to awaken you. Because, my beloved, I can't stay silent when your heart is asleep in the storm I came to calm. Do you feel it, my beloved? That quiet space that has formed between us. You still reach for me, yet your hands tremble with hesitation. You still speak my name, yet somewhere deep inside, you wonder if I still listen. You love me, but you also fear I have grown distant. Let me tell you the truth you have not dared to speak aloud. I never left. I never stepped away. It was you who drifted, not in rebellion, but in exhaustion. You have been running, not away from me, but toward the world's promises that seemed easier to hold. You've mistaken movement for progress and busyness for purpose, but in all your striving, your heart grew quiet toward me. You didn't even notice when the warmth began to fade, when your prayers felt mechanical, when the flame that once burned bright became a flicker. You thought it was maturity, that you had grown beyond emotion. But child, what you call maturity, I see as distance. And that distance is slowly dulling your ability to hear my heartbeat. You've prayed for peace, yet sought it in everything but my presence. You filled your mind with plans and schedules, your hands with responsibilities, your days with noise, and now you wonder why you can't feel me as before. My dear one, I am not hidden from you. I am exactly where I have always been, waiting in the quiet place you once loved. I have not abandoned you. I am waiting for your heart to remember. There was a time when you and I would meet in moments that had no agenda. You didn't come to me for answers, you came for me. You would simply sit in stillness, and you would feel me breathe life into your spirit. But now, you reach out only when your world begins to shake, and you ask where I am when I never move. This hidden distance has not changed my love, but it has changed your awareness of it. My voice hasn't faded, your heart has been tuned to other frequencies. But here's what you must understand. My love doesn't resent your drift. It pursues you through it. Every time you feel that ache of emptiness, that longing you can't name, it is not loneliness. It is me calling you home. The emptiness is a punishment, it's an invitation. I am drawing you back, not by guilt, but by grace. I do not shout over the noise. I wait until you are ready to listen. And I know, deep down, you are ready. You're tired of the distance, tired of pretending you're fine. I can feel it. You miss me. And child, I miss you too. But know this, no distance is too far, no silence too deep for me to cross. The space between us is only one whisper away, and I am already reaching through it to touch your heart again. It happened so quietly, didn't it? Adrift. You didn't mean for it to happen. It was not rebellion, not defiance, just a slow slipping away. The pull of other things, the weight of responsibilities, the exhaustion of trying to hold it all together. One small compromise here, one delayed prayer there, and before you knew it, the river of your attention carried you downstream. You thought you were still close enough to the shore, that you could swim back anytime you wanted. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and now, you can't even remember the last time you felt my presence wrap around you like sunlight. I watched the drift begin, not in anger, but with sorrow. I whispered, I nudged, I sent moments to catch your heart's attention. But the world's current was strong, and its promises loud. You didn't even notice that you were drifting, because you were still singing, still serving, still doing for me. But what you lost wasn't activity, it was intimacy. I saw the subtle trade, the sacred for the familiar, the eternal for the immediate. I watched as your faith became a checklist, your worship a routine, your prayers brief and polite. You became efficient in faith but distant in love. Yet even as you drifted, my eyes never left you. I followed you through your busyness, through the moments you thought were insignificant. I was there when you felt nothing during worship, when you scrolled instead of prayed, when you chose distraction over silence, because silence made you feel exposed. I was there, not condemning but calling, softly, persistently. Because I know that within you still burns a spark that cannot be extinguished by distance. That spark is mine. But listen, child, the drift will not end by effort alone. You can't swim back to me by striving. You must simply turn toward me. The moment you turn, I am already there. The moment your heart whispers, Lord, I am closer than breath. That's how my love works. It doesn't wait for you to arrive, it runs to meet you on the way. The subtle drift was never too far for me to reach. My current of mercy flows faster than your wanderings ever could. And though you feel far gone, you are only ever one heartbeat away from restoration. The river that carried you from me cannot carry you beyond my reach. You think you've drifted too far, but child, you are still within the sound of my voice, and I am already calling you back to shore. Do you know what breaks my heart, beloved? Watching you fade, not disappear, not turn away, but fade. Watching the light in your eyes dim beneath the weight of everything you carry. I see it every time you pretend to be strong, every time you smile to hide the ache that no one else seems to notice. You think no one sees your quiet battles, but I do. I see the moments when you lie awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how much longer you can keep pretending that everything's fine. I see when your soul sighs, when the joy you once carried feels heavy, when hope feels like a story you used to believe. And I feel it, not from afar, but as though your pain is my own. You are my creation, my heartbeat in human form. When you ache, I feel the tremor. When you cry, it echoes in eternity. I have watched you try to heal yourself with things that only deepen the wound. You run to distractions to escape the silence, to people who only see fragments of your heart, to plans that keep you busy but never fulfilled. You have forgotten that I am not just the God who created you. I am the one who carries you. You don't need to prove your strength to me. I never asked you to. I asked you to trust me. I asked you to rest. But instead, you've built walls to keep pain out, not realizing they also keep my comfort from coming in. And still, I stand outside those walls, not with anger but with tears in my eyes, whispering, "Let me in." When you fade, I do not turn away. I move closer. I do not grow cold. I burn brighter, because I refuse to lose you to the darkness of despair. You may not see it, but even in your lowest moments, I have been holding you. The strength you thought was your own was actually mine flowing through you. Every time you said, "I can't go on," and yet somehow did, that was me. Every breath you took when your chest felt heavy, that was me sustaining you. Every flicker of hope that refused to die, that was me whispering, "You're not finished yet." I feel the pain of watching you fade, but I also see the beauty of your return. The same eyes that have cried will shine again. The same heart that's weary will beat strong with joy once more. I am not disappointed in your weakness. I am drawn to it, because it's there, in your most fragile moments, that my strength is made perfect. You may be fading now, but child, I am already restoring your light. You already know what I'm about to say. You felt it stirring in the corners of your soul, haven't you? The truth you keep avoiding isn't hidden from me. It's the quiet confession you keep pushing aside, the one you silence with distractions and busy days. You think if you keep moving, maybe it won't find you. But I see the way it lingers in your chest when the world goes quiet, that gnawing ache that something isn't right, that you're trying to fix what only I can heal. You've searched for meaning in places that only leave you emptier, and you've tried to fill the ache with things that were never meant to satisfy you. You've reached for affirmation from people who can't see the depths of who you are, and you've measured your worth by standards that were never mine. You call it survival, but I call it striving. And striving has stolen your peace. Here is the truth you keep avoiding. You cannot serve both the noise and my voice. You cannot seek my peace and also entertain the chaos that contradicts it. You have been trying to balance both, holding on to me with one hand while clutching the world with the other, and it's tearing you apart inside. That's why you feel weary. That's why joy slips through your fingers no matter how much you pray for it. I'm not punishing you. I'm revealing the source of your pain. You've been asking me for peace, but I can't pour new wine into old wineskins. I can't fill a heart that's already full of everything but me. But child, this truth isn't meant to shame you. It's meant to free you. I want to bring you face to face with what's been keeping you bound so I can release you from it. Every idol, every attachment, every false comfort that numbs your pain instead of healing it. I am exposing them not to wound you, but to restore you. You've asked me to take you deeper, and this is how I answer. I strip away illusions so that only truth remains, and truth, when it's finally embraced, becomes the beginning of peace. So stop running from it. Stop pretending you're fine when your soul is crying out for more. The moment you face the truth, you'll find me standing right there in it, not as a judge, but as your healer. I will not shame you for the distance you've created. I will only draw you closer, because the truth you fear most is the one that will finally set you free. Look at me, child, not with fear, but with honesty. I am holding up a mirror before you, not to expose your flaws, but to show you the beauty hidden beneath the layers of what life has done to you. This is the mirror of conviction, and it doesn't lie. It doesn't flatter, but neither does it condemn. It reveals what's true, what's broken, and what can be made whole again. You've avoided this mirror because you're afraid of what you might see. You fear it will confirm your worst suspicions, that you're not enough, that you failed, that you're too far gone. But what you don't realize is that when you finally look, you won't just see your reflection, you will see mine. Because every part of you that still shines, every flicker of goodness, every longing for grace, those are traces of me within you. Conviction is not punishment. It's a calling back to who you were always meant to be. When I reveal your weakness, it's not to humiliate you, it's to heal you. When I uncover your sin, it's not to condemn you, it's to free you from its grip. You've been taught to fear conviction, but I tell you now, it's one of my greatest acts of mercy. I only correct what I love. I only confront what I intend to redeem. The pain you feel when truth pierces your heart, that's not rejection, that's resurrection. That's me awakening something inside you that the world tried to bury. You've grown accustomed to mirrors that distort your image, mirrors of comparison, insecurity, and shame. They've told you lies about your worth and identity. But when you look into my mirror, you'll see the truth. You'll see the one I formed in secret, the one I called by name before you even took your first breath. You'll see not what you've become, but what you still are beneath the dust. My beloved, my masterpiece, my reflection on earth. So don't turn away when conviction comes. Don't flinch when I touch the wounds you've hidden. Let the tears come if they must. They are not a sign of weakness, but of awakening. For every tear that falls in repentance becomes a seed of renewal in my hands. I am not here to expose you to the world. I am here to restore you to yourself. And once you see yourself as I do, you'll realize conviction was never your enemy. It was my love, speaking truth in a language your heart could finally understand. Do you remember it? That place where we used to meet? The quiet room, the still mornings, the soft prayers that once filled the air with my presence. I have missed you there. The world has drawn you into its rhythm, fast, loud, demanding, and you've forgotten how to be still. But I am calling you back to the secret place, the place where you first fell in love with me. It is not a physical room. It is a posture of the heart. It is where you come with no agenda, no mask, no need to perform. It is where your soul can finally breathe again. You don't have to earn my attention there. You already have it. You don't need perfect words. Your silence speaks volumes. You don't have to fix yourself before coming. Your brokenness is the very thing that draws me closer. You searched for me in crowds, in sermons, in noise. but I have been waiting for you in stillness. The secret place is not popular, but it is powerful. It's where you rediscover your first love. It's where your heart begins to beat in rhythm with mine again. When you come there, the chaos quiets, the lies lose their hold, and my voice becomes unmistakably clear. That's why the enemy has fought so hard to keep you away from it, because he knows that when you return to that place, you'll find your strength again. You'll remember who you are. You'll remember who I am. And in that remembering, everything else loses its power to shake you. Come back to me there. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just come. Let your heart speak raw, unfiltered words. Tell me what you can't tell anyone else. Bring your fears, your doubts, your disappointments, and lay them before me. I can handle them all. You don't need eloquence. You need honesty. And as you speak, you'll begin to feel my peace settling over you like a warm blanket on a cold night. I will meet you there, not in judgment, but in tenderness. You will know my nearness again. You will feel my breath in the stillness. You will rediscover that worship is not a song, but surrender. And when you leave that place, you won't leave empty. You'll carry my presence with you into everything you touch. So, child, hear me whisper, come back to the secret place. I have been waiting there for you, and the moment you return, you'll realize I never truly left. Listen closely, for the storm has come, and you did not call it, but I did not leave you unprepared. You believed you were walking in peace, yet beneath the surface, the enemy crept in and whispered lies so subtle you scarcely noticed. You feel ambushed, overwhelmed, maybe even betrayed by how quickly things change. But hear me now. This battle you didn't see coming is not a sign of my absence. It is a sign of your awakening. I placed you here for a purpose, and the darkness always fights hardest against those who carry my light. You did not wander into this alone. I have been with you from the first tremor of fear, every moment the ground shook, every time your heart raced in the midnight hours. I have been your shield and your sword, even when you could not see me. You might ask, why am I fighting this wave when I thought I had reached the shore? And I answer, because growth often comes in the wake of surprise. The battle was never just a disruption. It is a rite of passage. You are learning to stand on my strength, not your own. You are being formed into someone who trusts me when everything around them seems impossible. Do not be startled by the enemy's tactics. He uses the familiar, the routine, the comfort, the things you thought you managed, to lull you into complacency. Then he strikes, and in that moment, you feel your foundations shake. But my foundations never shake. Your identity in me remains secure. This battle will not define you. It will refine you. The fear you feel, the exhaustion you carry, the questions you cannot answer right now, these are not evidence of defeat but of transformation. I am in this with you, hand in hand, heart to heart. Remember the secret place we spoke of. Return there in your moment of fight. When the world's noise ramps up, find that still, quiet corner inside your soul where I wait. In that place, the roar of the battle grows faint. My voice sounds clear. My presence is peace. And I whisper to your worn-out spirit, you will not be abandoned. You will not be forgotten. You are mine. Weakness is not your fault. It is the invitation to my power. The struggle you face is not the end. It is the refining fire. I will use this battle to awaken courage you never knew you had, to shine a light through you that will guide others out of darkness. You will one day look back and say, that was when I learned to lean on God, truly lean, and He carried me. So stand. Stand because your root is in me. Stand because the one who commands the storm is already speaking to the wind and the waves on your behalf. Do not let your heart believe this fight is outside your calling. It is central to it. I have entrusted you with my love, my hope, my light in this world. The enemy fights you not because you are hopeless, but because you are dangerous to his plans. And I tell you now, you will overcome. This battle you didn't see coming was never meant to break you. It was meant to empower you. With me, you are more than conqueror. You are my beloved warrior, and I am your victory. Stop right now. Hear me speak this into your spirit. You are stronger than you know, but you are not meant to carry everything alone. The power of surrender is not the opposite of strength. It is the gateway to true power. You've been trying to control the uncontrollable, to manage every outcome, to hold every piece of the puzzle, to keep fear at bay by strategy and will. But you were never created for that burden. You were created for my weight, my purpose, my rest. You may think surrender means giving up. I tell you now, surrender means giving in to the one who gave you everything. It means letting me carry what you cannot. It means trading your clenched fist for an open hand, your fortress for my shelter, your frantic striding for my peace. You've chased the illusion that control equals safety, but control is a mirage. The more you try to control, the more you tether yourself to fear. I'm not calling you to passive faith. I'm calling you to active trust. Your strength lies not in your grip, but in your release. You cannot fill what you refuse to open. You cannot be filled by me if you're holding onto every loose end. Let go. Hand me the tangled mess of your plans, the fear of what you've lost, the guilt of what you've done. I will parry it. I'm not only willing, I'm eager. You are not too broken for surrender. You are exactly the one I designed for it. When you surrender, you invite me in, not to fix you as an afterthought, but to lead you from the inside out. Imagine the weight you've carried for years, the expectations, the disappointments, the should-haves and what-ifs. I don't expect you to walk the road alone any longer. I said, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. You might think rest is a distant promise, but it is a present reality. And the present reality begins with letting go. Surrender is a decision of the heart. It is saying, Lord, I trust you, not because I have answers, but because you are the answer. It is declaring, I cannot do this without you, and I don't want to. You don't have to muster new strength. You only have to unclench your grip and feel my hand. You were never meant to run on human strength alone. I breathe my strength into you. The day you surrender is the day you begin to rise. So stand bravely and yield entirely. Let every part of your life know, I am the keeper of your story. I am the one who holds your tomorrow. You don't fold because you are defeated. You fold because you are found. And when you fold into my arms, you discover you are not being abandoned. You are being embraced. The power of surrender is not your weakness becoming exposed. It is your trust being revealed. And in that revelation, you become unstoppable. Hear this with clarity, beloved. The breaking you are enduring is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your healing. I allow the cracks to form, not because I wish to harm you, but because I desired to redeem you. You see only the fragments, the shrapnel of your life, the loss, the pain, the silence where your heart used to sing. And you ask me, why did this happen to me? I respond, because I love you too deeply to let you settle for less than you were made for. When something breaks in you, it often feels like failure. But I tell you now, it is the seedbed of restoration. The soil of brokenness makes room for my roots to grow deeper, for my springs to rise stronger, for my light to shine through fissures you thought were weaknesses. You've been hiding the cracks because you feared the pattern would scare others away, or God away. But I do not hide your scars. I wear them. I understand your shattered places because I have carried them. My healing does not come to the perfect, but to the cracked. The place where you split in two becomes the opening through which my presence flows in unimaginable ways. I don't ask you to pretend everything is fine. I invite you to bring those broken pieces. Bring them to me. And I say, watch what I will do. I will restore what the locusts have eaten. I will turn mourning into dancing. I will decorate your ashes with beauty. But you must let me in. Healing never bypasses the breaking. It travels right through it, like a river through a canyon. There is tremendous purpose in your suffering, though it might be hidden now. I am working in ways you cannot trace. The closed door you fumed at, the unanswered prayer you wept over, the betrayal you tried to forget, they are all parts of the tapestry I am weaving for your good. Your breaking becomes the testimony others will hold on to. Your pain becomes the place where someone else meets me. Don't shrink back from the fracture. Lean into it. I am near to the broken-hearted. I rescue those who are crushed in spirit. Your broken pieces are the very places where my love will pour in, where my power will display itself, and where my glory will shine through what cannot be mended by human hands alone. So do not fear the breaking. Do not rush the healing. Be patient with me, and patient with yourself. The fissures are not the flaw, they are the gateway. And when I have through them made you whole, you will stand and say, "This is the Lord's doing. It is marvelous in my eyes." And it will be true. The healing and the breaking is not just a phrase, it is my promise. And I will keep it. Can you hear it, child? That faint, trembling sound beneath the noise of fear and fatigue. It's small, but it's steady, the whisper of hope. You think it's your imagination, some leftover dream from when you still believed things could get better. But it's me. It's my voice echoing through the ruins of your doubt, calling you back to remember who I am and what I promised. You've been staring so long at what's broken that you've forgotten that life can still rise from ashes. You've grown accustomed to disappointment. You expect the next wound before you even take a breath of relief. But I am whispering through the cracks, this is not the end. The season that feels like death is the soil of new beginnings. Hope doesn't shout, it hums quietly until you dare to listen. So, lean in, closer. Because the whisper of hope is how resurrection begins. I know you feel tired of hoping. You've been through cycles of expectation and heartbreak, and it's easier now to lower your expectations than to face another fall. But I never asked you to hold your hope in people, plans, or timelines. I asked you to anchor it in me. My hope is not fragile. It doesn't depend on circumstances. It creates them. It doesn't die in the dark. It's born there. Every time you felt your hope fading, I was still weaving something in secret, something your eyes could not yet perceive. You call it waiting, I call it preparing. Hope doesn't make you naive. It makes you dangerous to despair. It reminds the darkness that it cannot have you, no matter how long the night stretches. And I want you to know this. I'm not just asking you to feel hope again. I'm breathing it into you. When I whispered life into dust, it became humanity. When I whisper hope into you, it becomes destiny. The same voice that called the universe into existence is calling the future into your spirit right now. Let the whisper grow louder. Let it rise against your fears. For every place that says it's over, I am saying, it's only beginning. Every place that says there's nothing left, I am saying, there's still life here. Hope is not an echo of wishful thinking. It's the heartbeat of faith. And as long as you can hear it, even faintly, it means I'm still at work. So hold on, not because you understand what's coming, but because you trust the one who does. The whisper of hope is my promise that the story isn't finished yet. And, beloved, I always finish what I start. Come closer, my beloved, because I need you to hear this clearly. It's time to trust again. I know those words sting. Trust has betrayed you before. You've trusted people who turned away, dreams that dissolved, and outcomes that left you broken. You've told yourself that you trust me, but deep inside, part of you has been afraid to hand me everything again. You're wary, cautious, guarding yourself from more disappointment. But I am not like the ones who failed you. I do not promise what I cannot fulfill. I do not change with the wind or withdraw my love when you fall short. I am steady, even when your world isn't. And now I am inviting you to lay down the armor you've built to protect yourself, because that armor is keeping you from feeling my embrace. Trust is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward despite it. You don't have to understand what I am doing to trust that it's good. You only have to remember my character. I've never left you. Even in the seasons when it felt like I was silent, I was still working behind the scenes, turning pain into purpose. You may think your faith has weakened, but I tell you, it's deeper than ever. Because real trust doesn't come from easy answers. It's born in the wilderness, where your only choice is to rely on me. The reason I've allowed certain doors to close is because I love you too much to let you settle for anything that would have stolen your peace. I'm not asking you to leap blindly. I'm asking you to walk closely, step by step, one moment at a time. Let me prove myself faithful again. Trust me with the unknown. Yahil the unfinished. When your hands are trembling, reach for mine. When you don't understand, whisper my name. I am not offended by your uncertainty. I am honored when you choose to trust anyway. You will see that the things you once feared to release will become the very places where my glory shines brightest. Your heart has scars from misplaced trust, but those scars can become the foundation of unshakable faith. So here I stand, not commanding but inviting. Will you trust me again? Not because it's easy, but because I am worthy of it. Listen, child. Let these words sink deep into your soul. My promise over you cannot be shaken. You have walked through storms that should have destroyed you, yet here you stand. You have felt forgotten, yet I never looked away. You have been pressed but not crushed, broken but never abandoned. You are living proof of my faithfulness. I told you I would never leave nor forsake you, and I meant it. Every tear you shed was seen. Every cry you thought went unheard was carried straight to my heart. You may have changed, but my promise has not. It was spoken before your first breath and will stand beyond your last. When I say you are mine, it's not poetic, it's eternal. Nothing you've lost, no failure, no mistake, no shadow of shame can alter the truth. My covenant is not built on your perfection, it's built on my love. And my love does not break. You doubted your worth because of what others said, or what life took from you. But I am writing your story line by line with redemption. I'm taking the ashes of your pain and forming something beautiful, something unmovable. You think this chapter defines you, but it's only a paragraph in a much greater story. I will restore what was lost. I will fulfill what I began. So don't let your heart believe the lie that I've forgotten you. My silence was never neglect, it was preparation. I was shaping your roots so your faith could survive any storm. What I've promised you still stands, because I do not change. You will see my word unfold in ways that will leave you in awe, not because you've earned it, but because I am faithful. So, when fear whispers that you're alone, remember this moment. You are wrapped in an unbreakable promise. My hands hold your future, my love surrounds your present, and my grace has already covered your past. Nothing can snatch you from me. Not failure, not fear, not even death itself. You are safe, not because life is easy, but because I am unshakable. Every plan I have for you still pulses with life. Every dream I planted in you still beats beneath the dust. Lift your head, my beloved. This is not the end. My word is final, my promise eternal, and my love unrelenting. The storms may rage, but they cannot uproot what I've planted. You are mine, and I am yours, and that, child, will never change. Amen.